Hello, welcome to our YakShaver Sprint 1-to-1 review and retro. So we will start from our sprint goals. And as you can see, our sprint goal is to ship YakSmasher end-to-end, and this has been done. We will go into details when we talk about that in the backlog. And for the sprint details, this is a 5-day sprint, and we have Steven, Tom, Willow, Zeno, Tino, and Callum. And for the internal hours, Steven, Tom, and Zeno has worked full-time, and Tino and I has worked part-time. So, and then we can see the backlog. And as the top one, I want to talk about the YakSmasher, that is our sprint goals. This is done by Steven, and I think he has a demo for us. So Steven, could you talk about this?
Yeah, sure, Willow. Thank you. Now, if don't mind, I will take over the control for a minute.
Sure.
Okay, so currently you can see this is our YakShaver official website. On the bottom right-hand side, you can see there's an extra button here. If you click it, it's a recording button. So if you click on this recording button, it does the same thing as you do on the portal. It asks you permission for the microphone and the camera, the screen share. And now you can start to recording a bug or any feature request for this website. So since now it's already started sharing, I can do a quick example. We can we make this title font a little bit larger? And then if we stop recording, you can see here, you can replay this video or add some comments in the note and submit the video. It does all the processing same as the YakShaver anywhere on the portal, except simplify the steps. So how does it work? Let me go through the portal. As a portal admin, you can go to project and create that small widget inside the project. So for example, if we do products, let's go to SSW products website. And you can see under this page, I have already created a YakShaver widget. What the user needs to do is they just need to simply copy this line of code snippet and paste into their website. Is that simple? Here's a code example here. You can see on the project on YakShaver website, the only change I did was adding this extra line, and then it works automatically. So our client can embed this widget into their website and allow user to do YakShaver frictionlessly. Yeah, so let's go back to the website, see how it goes. Still processing. And also, if you go to different page, this widget still open at the same. Okay, we can see it's already down. Let's go into the PBI. Yep, we create the PBI for increase the font size. Yep, that's the demonstration. Any questions about it?
Can we look at the bug? It was an impressive demo. By the way, if I was to demo it, I would say we're about to do a YakShave and then hit it and then say it and do it.
Okay.
Yeah, because you've got all this other talk in the intro in your recording. So watch the recording and brackets. It's meant to have the time.
Yeah.
Okay. That's weird that CC is empty, but I guess you didn't do a demo that required it. I would have done a demo CCing someone.
Yeah, because this is a demo repository, you can see it's just
just make it as realistic as possible.
Okay.
Yeah. Expected behavior, tasks. Yeah, it looks pretty good to me. Where's the image that we put on an issue?
The image is because this one is a pipeline that we haven't considered. I think we can easily fix that.
So it's a bug?
Yeah, it's a bug. Yes. Yeah, the main point is users now, actually, clients can easily create a widget per project and embed it into their website.
Right.
That's the idea behind it. And they can have this button on their website, allow their user to easily to create bug report or feature request. And also Tom has some idea of the strata industry could use it as a inspection report, or my idea was can be used for customer service when a user bought some products and has an issue. They could have simply record this and reproduce this issue for their products and report it back to the customer service. But it's need more discussion about the long-term vision.
Right.
Yeah, that's the demo. Any more questions? In that case, I will give back control to Willow.
Okay,
So,
cool.
so Stephen, now that we have this feature, there's sort of nothing stopping us from adding a YakSmasher widget to all the SSW internal products, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do it for one next sprint.
Yeah.
I would do Time Pro and then Eagle Eye, and I'd do Tina last.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I would suggest not to start with Time Pro because they're using Azure DevOps. But right now we only support GitHub.
Very good point. There's a very good reason to switch that to GitHub. But all right. I agree with you, Willow. Let's start with Eagle Eye.
Sure. Cool.
And Tina is working on the compatibility with DevOps, so she'll be able to do it in maybe next spring or something.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to the next PBI. So this one is to update the YakShaver authorization result page, and this is done by Zeno. And he,
Yes.
Would you like to give us some more details?
Yes. We have built a new YakShaver branded page for the MCP auth and also the YouTube auth page on desktop. So basically, Amanda designed it originally, and since the change span to the two repos, I fixed up some issues and switching the styling to the dark theme that we have used in the YakShaver desktop. So the first screenshot shows that the success state. The user can return to the desktop view this button and see the refreshed connection states. And you can scroll down. So the second one shows this delayed or timeout auth request, and the third one shows the error message. You can scroll down. So usually it is like network errors or some errors on the MCP server side. Yeah, that's all. That's what we did.
Yeah. Is there any questions about this one?
Yeah, all good. Well, actually, I'll make some comments. Has anyone checked the UI? Anyone gave a test pass in the UI? Go to the top. Did anyone give any feedback on this? Did anyone give a test pass?
I think all the other people in the teams have checked this UI, and Tom's helped me check the code and also the the design for coming from the Amanda.
Sorry, the design coming from Amanda.
Yeah,
Amanda, who's Amanda?
Amanda. I mean the
Amanda.
yeah.
Yeah, but the design has to be
Mhm.
passed by like did a designer do this? Like Amada just is a different app. Once you bring it into your app, you still have to get it checked. Anyway, look, just a few little things. The little YakShave, the YakShaver icon at the top, that is meant to be in the top left-hand corner. There is a rule about that. I would also put a cross button in the top right-hand side of this.
Okay. Okay.
Is it a modal or is it its own page?
It's on the page because you can only like log in via a web page.
Do you have the
Awesome.
before screenshot? If you scroll up.
It's
Yeah,
coming
it's
from
basically
that-
this
Yeah,
one.
this
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Where's the rule? Can I see the rule?
which rule?
And you did this task, there's meant to be a rule. If you read the original task.
I think that was given to Tiago, wasn't it? Has he replied done?
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. No problems. Yep, that's good.
Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Yeah, this is also about the rule. Tom has created a new rule, and here's the rule. Tom, would you like to talk about this?
Yeah, so basically after the last sprint's incident, which resulted in a little bit of miscommunication, and the feedback, once I looked through the chat history, I basically found some gaps that basically helped us create this rule. I sent it to you, Adam, as well. I hope you reviewed it already. I sent it to Tiago as well and some other people to review. They were pretty happy with everything. And this leans on the AAA rule as well. Like, do you know the 3 A's for receiving feedback and criticism? This is the 4 R's: respond, reinforce, report, and then resolve. In short. Do we have any questions or comments?
Looks good to me, but I have not read it.
Okay.
Okay.
It's fairly simple, yeah, to follow. It's basically almost like a checklist.
Can I ask, did anyone carefully review it? And is it coming out of AI or is it written by you, Tom?
It's like the core concept was written by me and then I refined it through AI. So all the points I came up with.
Can you just show it to us again? Because I do think you should have somebody, native English speaker, check it.
Yeah, I mean, Chris checked it, Tiago.
Okay. Scroll down.
The wording badly wrong isn't very nice, I don't think. I think it's probably something that we don't really use. Badly wrong,
Where's badly wrong?
the opening sentence.
Sooner or later, something will go badly wrong.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
That's-
If Felix is okay, it's fine. He's English. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't mean he speaks English well.
Something will go badly wrong. Yeah. That's part of the vernacular.
Grammatically correct, but it doesn't.
Feels funny to me too.
Yeah.
But anyway, scroll down.
Maybe it's posh talk. That's something my mum would say.
Keep going. Yep. Keep going. Yep. Go solo. Yep. That's good. Okay. Yep. 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 Yeah, nice ending. Okay, good.
Okay. Yeah, that's for our rule. And the next one is for Armada, and this also done by Tom.
Yeah, so I've been hammering away on some Armada PBIs and issues. One of them, if you can open it up, I added a screenshot. Before Armada was running basically under my personal access token, so all the PBIs and all the comments were done under my name, which was great at the beginning, but it's obviously not sustainable because I may not have access to all the projects down the line, but also I cannot review and approve my own comments or PRs. So that was a bit of a blocker. So what we've done is we created with the sysadmins SSW Armada bot, which is a GitHub app that you basically give access to the repos. And yeah, that's it. So now it runs under SSW Armada instead of a personal token.
Nice.
Any questions on that?
No, all good.
That's great.
So, and for next sprint, what we're thinking, because yeah, the videos or the done videos, that's like Armada works end to end, just the done videos generation in the cloud is still a little bit hissy-fitty. So what we're thinking of next sprint is to do the done videos locally. So you just you start up Armada locally, just say, hey, do the done video for the PR that Armada already done. And then it can only do the done video in a separate run from the user's laptop. And then we can at least see how that goes.
Is that going to be able to show you the before and after?
Correct, yes. So that was also part of the work that I've done in this sprint.
Right, interesting. And the reason for that is because it's just hard to give like a separate cloud agent all the permissions it needs to see everything, log into everything like a user can.
So yeah, Armada obviously needs to spin up the local setup of the project. And if, let's say the project is quite complicated to set up, or there's no easy steps, like it needs to run a SQL server locally, this and that, so there's a whole bunch of dependencies, then Armada will struggle. That's why when you run it locally and you have already locally everything set up for it to basically record the video, it's much easier. So that goes back into, if we want Armada to be able to cover like a lot of different projects, we need to make sure that the onboarding, like the getting started on that project, is as simple as possible. Ideally using Aspire, which then fires up all the dependencies so that a user, let's say a new dev, has the same experience. You only need to press F5 and the local project should start up. If we get the projects to that state, then Armada will have a much easier time to basically get it up and running.
Okay. It sounds like an okay workaround. I wouldn't say it should be the only way that it can operate. I'd say if it is easy to set up, then Armada should be able to just do the setup itself and run the whole, get the done video on the cloud. But if that's a difficult project and you want it to be able to do it without having to make it easy to set up, then it's a good alternative.
Yeah, we just need to make sure that we set the boundaries right. Like where, like there's some stuff I agree Armada should figure out and do, but at some point we need to remove the responsibility from Armada to fix like a local setup on a project.
Right.
Because every project is tailored differently, has different setup, different requirements. So you would just mud Armada basically with all that information. There are too many unknowns for like
Yeah.
to cover every possible project.
Yeah. I'm just thinking like longer term, if we want to sell this as a service, you know.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
as a service, I think there will be then some rules where we can say, hey, make sure that your project is as easy like to set up or onboard as possible to get the best results with Armada. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, no, I like it as a workaround. Like, all right, it's too difficult for it to set up its whole thing. We don't want to spend churn time on that. So here's an alternative method. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think it doesn't help that we're using YakShaver desktop as our first Armada project, because running the desktop app is more tricky than a regular web app, right?
Right. Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all for the backlog PBIs that we want to talk about, but we have done a lot more. And you can see those with this robot icon is that originally done by Armada, and we have someone to review it or someone to do some modification based on that.
How
We
many of
have-
those little
Sorry, Vince.
robot emojis?
Yeah.
How many of those robot emojis?
Okay.
I wanna-
It's 1, 2.
I want to know how many was done with AI automatically.
For this print is 3.
Not that many.
Just to clarify, 3 directly with Armada, and a whole bunch is basically just Claude directly.
Oh, well, how do we say which ones are Armada and which ones are Claude?
Yeah, we need to figure out how we gonna distinguish them. We can use maybe for Armada the pirate flag, and the robot icon then for Claude.
Okay, how many were done with Armada and how many with Claude?
So based on what Willow said, the 3 they were tagged with Armada. And yeah, I think the rest, all of them were then to some extent done via Claude. I'm pretty sure none in the team
Yeah, that makes
is
sense.
like doing everything by hand anymore. Some adjustments, yes, but pretty much giving the work to AI.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
my example, basically I just talking to Claude and fixing the plan. And until I'm happy with the plan, I show it to Tom and Tom approve it. And then I say, Claude, okay, start to execute the plan. And then with different incrementals, and it builds up the entire YakSmasher. So it's basically Claude did the heavy lift, and we just do the decision making in the loop.
Okay.
Okay, that's all for the backlog. And I will move on to the velocity. So for current sprint, we committed 32 points and we delivered 47 points. It's also the 147% about the points. And then we have the R&D part. So Stephen, could you talk about this part?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, for the R&D, Tom did the research on implementing Armada with the in-memory down video process, and also me did the YakSmasher to make YakShaver be able to work on different client websites. That's the idea of the research and development. And for the AI tools, basically everyone keep the same setting. Tino did a upgrade from Sonnet 4.8, if I remember correctly, to Opus 5. That's the only change.
Okay. Why isn't Tino on this summary?
I think he's been pulled into client work in the middle of the sprint review.
Okay.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, the client work call.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the AI tool. Back to you, Willow.
Yeah, thank you, Stephen. And then we have the AI stats. Zeno, could you talk about this part?
Yeah, so basically the stats from cloud has summarized all the tasks we have finished in this sprint, and also can scroll down. The Copilot stats has summarized the main issues for the past sprint. So it is a sprint goal, the build up for YakShaver's measure. So it's correct. Yeah.
I think that first one should say SSW Tiger stats rather than Claude stats, right?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, that's all for our AI stats. And then we have the project snapshot. We can see for YakShaver, we have 700 open items, and for desktop, we
Sorry,
only have
sorry,
70.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Is that 759 items on the backlog that are open, or that's the total number?
It says open.
It says
Hopefully it's
I
open.
know
open.
it says open, but I'm not sure I believe the number. That seems like a terrible lot on the backlog.
I will double check. I think it says it's open.
Wow. Okay. That is crazy.
Yeah. And also for desktop, we only have 70 open items for now. I think for YakShaver, maybe there's some outdated or duplicated ones that we may need to clean up our backlog or spend some time to see what's the issue. And yeah, that's for our project snapshots.
Yeah. Yuli, what do you think of that? Was that backlog in that shape when you handed it over?
Sorry, got distracted by the kids then. Sorry, guys.
759 items on the backlog, Yuli.
That feels like a lot of items.
Yeah.
Is this because YakShaver makes it too easy to make PBIs?
Yes. Yes. It's
Any
a victim
duplicates
of-
in there?
Oh, 100%. There are a lot of outdated, lot of ideas, lot of sort of discussion topics. Like it's not only issues in there.
Right.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, we should probably do some kind of sweep through and delete half of if we can at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Let's
think we'll
let's
do
start
that.
from scratch, wipe everything.
No, we will not do that.
Your
But when you
favorite
do,
solution.
when you do an item such as the leaderboard, search the backlog for the word leaderboard and then review those at the same time and get rid of some of those.
That should really be a feature of Armada, shouldn't it? When something's done, look if
Yeah.
it's already been reported somewhere else and post
Yeah,
a
shoot.
message on it, close it.
Yeah, I think that would be a good feature for Armada.
Yeah, I'll make a note.
There is already a feature inside of YakShaver that looks for duplicates when you make new PBIs, isn't there?
On desktop, I believe, yes.
So I'm a
Desktop
bit
and
worried that
also
we...
the new flow as well that we're rolling out to teams.
Yeah, sweet. That's what I was going to get at. So we still have multiple different ways for the whole system to work. I think we need to make sure we prioritize consolidating that because we're maintaining a whole bunch of different flows for no good reason at the moment.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Awkward silence. But yes,
I was still typing.
ideally, if we could.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can look into Armada and see because we keep running it. And I think the current way of finding duplicate is kind of just like a static search. via the subject line, which it's not that great because it won't pick up basically the body or context. That's at least the simplest way that it was implemented. So with Amara, we can maybe look a little bit deeper and find a bit more related issues and consolidate them.
Yeah, that might be one solution. If that's all for the project snapshot, I will move on. If that's all. Okay, so for our sprint retro, Tom, would you like to talk about this part?
Yeah, definitely. So Callum was very happy with the YakShaver experience and is excited to see that we got the Yak Smasher completed and is interested now to put it on all of our internal products. Steven is also basically agrees with that. It opens up a whole bunch of new possibilities as well as additional features for payment plans potentially. Will says Yak Smasher phase 1 to 5 were completed, so basically the same. And the new Teams flow, we deployed a bug fix today for it. That's working so far too. There's still some outstanding stuff that needs to be done, but if people are interested, they can opt in. Zeno said as well, the sprint goal was completed. I said it was pretty good that we have now this new rule. That was a fairly good outcome. And yeah, we completed a whole bunch of Amara PBIs this sprint as well. And Tino said that the multi-platform work is moving in the right direction, even though the full parent is not finished yet. So what didn't go well, Willow said Amara PR sometimes needs still human rework. Especially when the work spans multiple repositories, which is sometimes the case with YakShaver. Zeno said the macOS Chinese language issue needs verification by someone who uses a Mac, since most of us are using Windows. And in general, the team said the generated logbook, that probably can get skipped. That was like a demo video to show the Armada before and after stuff, but because it wasn't using a real PBI, it was like a demo. It was a little bit confusing without context. The improvements for next sprint, Zeno said, plan identity and security carefully before expanding the public widget. So there's a little bit of throttling we might need to add potentially because it's now public accessible. Willow and I said, yeah, the continue Armada after human feedback through comments or conversation. This will basically re-trigger Armada instead of you manually keep working on it. Just add a comment to it. I said to test the Armada model and report useful feedback or defects in the Armada repository. So the team will try next sprint the logbook, the video feature out and provide some feedback. And Steven said align on target customers, the roadmap, YakShaver naming, branding, and possible pricing. Since some people say Yak Smasher, then YakShaver anywhere. So we need to be a little bit consistent there with naming which one we refer to what. And then the team also said make the logbook recording plugin configurable per repository. So this will make it easier for the users to use the Armada skill per repo rather than installing the skill. We just add it to the repos. Do we have any questions on any of the item or comments?
Not from me.
Sweet. Back to you, Willow.
Thank you, Tom. And I think that's all for our sprint review and retro. So if there's no more questions, I will move on to the forecast. Okay, here's our sprint 1 to 2 forecast. So start with our sprint goals. Our sprint goal is to expand YakShaver annual work item destinations. This is what we have mentioned that we want to support Jira, Azure DevOps, and direct email. That is what our current Teams version and desktop can do. So we need to make YakShaver annual to support these two.
Can I ask what is involved in direct email? I understand the other two.
Sending an email from the YakShave.
Yeah.
So the YakShave is done sending an email from there.
No, instead
So
of creating
you would
a
record
PB
the video and then it sends an email.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
instead of a PBI.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and for our sprint details, so for the next sprint, because some of them will be on leave to attend Callum's wedding, so
Sorry
congratulations.
about that.
Yeah, so we only have 16 YakShaver person days, but I think that's still a lot for us. We can do multiple things. And the most important thing is that we have 3 separate PBI to make YakShaver annual to support multiple platforms. So we have separate one for the Jira, Azure DevOps, and the direct email. And yeah, that's our sprint goal. And besides on that, we will keep doing some follow-up PBIs to make we have the new flow for the teams. So to polish our team's new flow. Yeah, that's for our next sprint. Is there any PBIs that you want me to talk about in more details?
Well, I'd like a little bit of time spent looking at the backlog after you do a PBI. After you do something in that area, just have a look. The other thing is I want you to look at talk to the colleagues next to you that are working. You know, let's just say, Sylvia. Check that see when she last did a YakShave. If anyone has been a long time since they've done a YakShave, then talk to them to understand why they don't do one. How do they get, I don't know, the email into the backlog, or how do they, how are they doing that? Like a lot of people are now using AI, so try to understand it.
Yeah, got it. Okay, we'll do in next sprint. And if there's no more questions, I will keep moving on. And here's the AI stats part. Zeno, could you talk about this part?
Yeah, so you can, so it's the status from the SSW Tigers. It has summarized the goals for our next day steps. So we're mainly working on making the YakShaver anywhere adapted to more platforms. And also you can scroll down. You can scroll down. Yeah. So so summarize coming from the Copilot is also correct. So that's our sprint goal for next week.
Thank you, Zeno. And that's all for our sprint 1 to 2 forecast. And as usual, our recording will be uploaded to our YouTube channel. And thanks for joining us. See you next time.
Thanks for listening.
Thank
Bye.
you, everyone.